Hey guys, it's Sam. Welcome back to my channel. So today is just going to be kind of a chatting sort of video. I'm just getting cozy up here. It's been a little chilly here as of late. Normally when I film my wedding videos, I do film them in the other room just for a change of scenery, but we have been kind of going through closets and purging a lot of clothes and stuff, and they're all sort of piled in that room right now, so I'm just gonna hang out in here. Basically what I thought I would do today is sort of do a little check-in with you guys about where I am in my wedding process. We are about 150 days out, maybe slightly more than that by like 1 or 2 days. So I thought it would be a good time to do a check-in, let you guys know what I have done, what still needs to be done, and just basically where I'm at. So as you guys already know, we have already got our venue taken care of. We have a photographer, he is a friend of ours. We have a DJ, we have a caterer who, I can't remember if we had tasted his food before the last video that I filmed, but we've selected out the menu, which is great. So we've picked out our past hors d'oeuvres, our late night, our entrees, our salads, that sort of thing. And I've already started putting deposits in a whole bunch of places. So, oh, and we also have an officiant. So basically any vendor that I needed to reach out to sort of pay for or retain their services, that has been done, and it has been done for a while now. My wedding is in June. I got engaged in August of 2020. So we had about a year, almost 2 years to sort of plan out the wedding and, you know, take our time and whatnot. And especially with the climate in the world today with, you know, COVID and lockdowns and restrictions and everything like that, we sort of wanted to give everything time to settle out. Obviously, if you're from where I'm from in Ontario, things haven't settled out quite yet, but we still have our fingers crossed that by June, everything will be a little bit more mellow. So any vendors that I needed to put down deposits with, also the, we ended up renting a bridal bus just to get the bridal party from the venue or from the hotel where we get ready to the venue. That deposit's down. Anybody who needed a deposit to confirm services, that is done. We're good for that. I think I've already mentioned this before. Flowers is something that I decided to take on myself. I am going to be ordering my flowers bulk from Costco in a few months' time. They basically said give them a couple months to make sure that they get the order in and everything like that. And I will be putting those together the week before. I have done a test run where my dad and I went and we picked up some flowers that I was thinking about using from Costco, and I trimmed them and put them all together into some really nice bouquets and boutonnieres, corsages, and the like. And those turned out really, really nicely. I was really happy with them, and they took a lot less time than I thought that they would. So that was also reassuring as well, to know that, you know, it was something I was actually capable of doing, not that I was just gonna, you know, wait till the week of and find out I have no skills in putting flowers together. So in terms of that, the only thing I've really been able to do is buy sort of the materials I'm gonna need. So I've got, you know, stem snippers to cut the stems down. I have floral tape. I bought ribbon to go around the bouquets. I've got boutonniere pins. I've got corsage, bracelet, wristlet things. So yeah, that's something that I'm gonna have to do in a couple months' time. Then we have the dresses. So for right now, I think all but one, I have to talk to the one, all but one of my bridesmaids have ordered and chosen their dresses. 6 of the dresses are in hand. I have 3 of them here with me hanging up in my closet because they just didn't have space for them and I have an empty closet I could put them in. 3 are at my sister's house for her and my nieces, who are also part of the bridal party. One other girl, we're waiting for her dress to come in. She ordered it maybe a month or 2 ago. And then I have to talk to my one bridesmaid out in BC. I'm pretty sure she told me she was going to go shopping for it over the holiday season when she had some time off. I just have to do kind of a quick check-in with her. In terms of my dress, I picked my dress out and ordered it basically almost a year out from the wedding, just because there have been a lot of delays in shipments. So as of the most recent timeline, that will be here in April. So that gives me, you know, 2 months to go in, try it on, have it altered, and I should be good to go for June. Tom has chosen all of his groomsmen. We decided to go the route of having the boys sort of buy a custom suit as opposed to renting a suit just for cost. It made a lot more sense. Tom was in a friend's wedding probably in 2019, 2019. It would have been early 2019. And to rent the suit and the shoes and all of that stuff, it was like $400 or something, and you had to have it back by 11 a.m. the next day. So he talked to all of his groomsmen and just said, would everybody be down to buy a custom suit? And we went at the time that they had a sale on. And so it ended up actually being less expensive for them to get their own custom suits made, something that they can keep for forever. And we picked a fairly, like they're not in like powder blue or something crazy like that. They're in a nice medium gray that could be worn again and again and again. And they were all fine with that. For ties and pocket squares, apparently we chose a very difficult color to match. So we ended up purchasing the ties online. They were shipped here probably about a week ago. We were a little bit nervous about matching the color, but it ended up being absolutely perfect. They're really nice color. I have already filmed a video that will not be up till probably after my wedding of the gifts I got for the bridesmaids, and Tom is in the process of putting together his gifts for his groomsmen, so that is in the works as well. Invitations, I am very early on sending out my invitations, and I'm going to tell you guys why. I know you're not supposed to send them out much before like 4 months ahead of the date, but we have a couple reasons for why we did that. Number one, this is going to be a big year for weddings. A lot of people that had to postpone in 2020 and then again in 2021 have all moved their weddings to 2022. So we wanted to make sure that we were kind of the first in there to say, hey, this is the day we're getting married, so that if people had multiple offers for things going on that day, maybe if we got in first, they'd already be committed, unless it was, you know, like a family member or something like that who obviously takes precedence. So we wanted to have those out really early on. And because our venue has a very hard guest limit, this sounds so horrible. We only invited that number of people. That doesn't mean we didn't have other people that we wanted to be able to invite. We do have a very short B list of people that, you know, if so-and-so's husband's wife decides they can't come for whatever reason, maybe we can sneak those people in. And we didn't want them to know that they were on sort of a B list. So I figured if I sent the invitations out early enough and asked for RSVPs early enough, that I could still get out like second invitations to other people, and they might not know that they were like, I don't want to say second choices because they aren't, because unfortunately, you know, in any wedding case, and I see this written all the time, all over the groups I'm on Facebook, you do have obligations to invite certain people that you could probably care less if they were really there. But because of family commitments and parents maybe contributing, you do have to invite certain people. You know, again, whether or not you care that your so-and-so's cousin's brother is invited because they were invited, you know, like whether or not you actually care that they're there or not is one thing, but you have to, like, as an obligation, at least extend the invite. So those are the sort of people that, like, we would actually rather have these other people there, but until we get some no's, we don't want to over-invite, because even though they said about 10 to 15% of people you invite will say no, that's not a risk we're willing to take. If our guest limit is 150, we're not going to invite 154 people and hope that 4 people bail out. It's just not right, because then you're going to be into a situation of trying to tell somebody, actually, I know I invited you to our wedding, but we don't really have space for you. So our wedding invitations went out last week or the week before, I can't remember. I'm already receiving RSVPs from people, so that's exciting. We ended up using the Knot for our wedding website. It had a really easy to use interface, super simple. You just sort of put together your stuff. It tells you which sections you probably need, areas to let people know what hotels to book, places to let people know where your actual thing is. We have a menu page to help people choose what they want to eat for dinner. And then there's, of course, the RSVP section where we sort of said, okay, are you coming? Yes or no? Great. If you're coming, is there a song that'll get you moving out on the dance floor? Perfect. Do you want chicken, beef, or vegetarian for your entree? You know, those sort of things. It's been really, really easy to use. The responses come straight to my phone. Really easy to check up on. So if you're looking for a wedding website to use, I highly, highly recommend the Knot. They have tons of different themes for your website. It's been really, really great. Also, you guys will know from a previous video that I actually made my own wedding invitations. I'm thinking of putting together a video showing you guys kind of how I did that. And then also discussing like easier ways that you could DIY your own if you don't have the same tools or set of skills that I have, because I am a card maker. It's something I've done for probably almost 10 years now. So I've accumulated a lot of different supplies and, you know, paper cutters, machines, that sort of things. So for me to do it would probably be a lot more inexpensive than for somebody who's never done it before to do it, because you also have to invest in all of the tools and supplies and whatever to get it done. But there are easier ways around it. So if you guys are interested in like a DIY stationery video, I will put one up. Just let me know that you want to see that. So that happened. Invitations went out. Attire's good. We know what we're doing for desserts. I have a friend from work whose wife is going to make us one dessert. We're going to order another one from a bakery. And then my mom and I have taken on the burden of making our own cake. Now, again, I have decorated cupcakes for forever. And I've been watching lots of cake decorating videos, and it seems pretty simple. We're not going anything crazy. We're literally just going to use a boxed cake, and it is more or less just so that we can do the cake cutting. So that's another thing that's going to happen the week before. In terms of wedding favors, we kind of have hopped around between what we are going to do. Originally, we were going to give out sort of bags of mixed candy. And the more we thought about it, we decided, you know what, not everybody likes candy. Candy's something that's only there for a short time. We wanted something that had more of a lasting effect, something that people would use in their household for years and years and years to come. So instead, we decided to do little wood round coasters, and we ended up getting a wood burner. It's actually sitting over there. That you can burn in on the back. It has our names, the date, and where we got married, so that, you know, in years and years, 20 years down the line, people can kind of have their drink set on it, pick it up, look at it, and say, hey, I still have that coaster from your wedding whenever ago. So we are going to be giving everybody a set of 2 coasters. So some households will end up with 4, other people will only end up with 2, that sort of a thing. We just really liked the idea of something that, you know, everybody can use. They are actually usable items, not just like candy that not everybody wants. The next big thing that I've been working on is sort of decor. I have been trying to buy lanterns for my table, my like table centerpieces for forever, and the ones I want have been sold out for forever, so I'm kind of keeping an eye on that, and I would say if in the next couple months they don't restock, I'm gonna have to look at another option. Not a big deal, it's just a centerpiece. What else? I have already started my place cards for table settings to let the caterer, let people know where they're supposed to sit first of all, and also let the caterer know, you know, who has beef and who has chicken. That is actually one of the things I want to talk to you guys about the most, is the use of Etsy downloadable templates. I did this for the wedding invitations as well, because no matter how nice I tried to type something up online, it just never looked right. So for the wedding invitations, like the inside, the piece that says, hey, together with their families, Sam and Tom, this date, this place, whatever, and then the little cards off to the side that say RSVP here, or, you know, if you're doing traditional RSVPs where you're going to send them a little envelope and a little card that says yes or no on it and pre-stamp them, whatever, they all go in the side. You can print all of those things, so you sort of pay, I think I paid like $12, $15, something like that. And they send you this template and you go and edit all the details out yourself, and you then go print them yourself. Now you can either print them at home or you can get a print shop to do them. I actually printed them myself. I ordered on Amazon some vellum paper that was compatible with inkjet printers. And I also just picked up some cardstock at Michael's. It's like $5.99 for 50 sheets, something like that. So that's sort of what I did, and then I cut them out myself and stuck them into my own invitations. Again, I will show you guys that if I do a video showing how I made my stationery, and I can also show you guys the place cards, how editable and how easy those are, because it's the same thing. They have those for menu cards, for, you know, really everything. Holiday cards, escort cards, thank you cards, save the dates, this. You can buy huge bundles that have everything you could ever need or want for a wedding. It's just depending on what you personally need. And I found it very easy to print. What I would say is, if you're going to use paper in a printer that is not your standard printer paper, feed it through a sheet at a time, test it out once to see that it comes out okay, that nothing smears, nothing blurs. And yeah, it was just super, super easy. Again, I will show you guys that in a later video, and I will also link all of the ones that I used down below if that's something you guys are interested in seeing. At this point, all we have to do right now, we're kind of in a waiting game, in a holding pattern. At this point, it's up to people to RSVP. As they RSVP, I am updating their little place cards with like the little icon of what they're having. I've got a running list going for the DJ of songs that have been requested, although I am gonna vet some of them, because if it's a song that I want nothing to do with, or Tom wants nothing to do with, we're just going to neglect to put it on the list, and just, if people ask, just say, sorry, you can only play so many songs in a night, he must not have gotten to yours. I know that sounds bad, but it is what it is. And the other thing that it took us a really long time to decide was like a day of timeline, what time to actually start the wedding. So the way that we were always instructed to sort of do it is pick what time you want dinner at and sort of work your way down from there. So we decided we wanted dinner to be served at about 6 o'clock. So having said that, we knew we needed time. We're not doing the first look before the ceremony. Tom doesn't like that. He likes the tradition of the first time he sees me to be coming down the aisle. I'm totally cool with that. Our ceremony is going to be about 20 to 30 minutes, and we knew we wanted probably about an hour to an hour and a half for cocktail hour. And to have time to take photos, but we want enough time to take photos and also join in the cocktail hour. That was really important. Tom's a very social person, and he wants time to spend with everybody. He doesn't want to just be off, him and I, taking pictures. So we decided 3:30 was a good time for the ceremony. That should go till about 4. From about 4 till 4:10, 4:15, Tom and I are just going to take about 10 to 15 minutes to ourselves, sort of sit together, absorb the fact that we are now married, we're now husband and wife, because honestly, I think that's very important, because the rest of the night you're going to be so busy visiting with everybody, thanking everybody, that you're really not going to get to spend a lot of time other than maybe dinner sitting with your new husband or your new wife. So it's really important, especially for us, to build in that time that we can just have with each other. So we're going to do that. Then we're going to go straight into photos. And then hopefully join cocktail hour. So hors d'oeuvres are going to be served from about 4:30 till 5:30. That gives people from 5:30 to 6 o'clock to, you know, use the restroom, go find their table, go sit down, so that at 6 o'clock on the dot, we can do our entrance into the reception hall and dinner can start being served basically immediately. You know, and it means that somebody's not, you know, shoving a sausage roll in their face at the same time they're getting their salad for dinner. We did want a little bit of time in between when we stop serving hors d'oeuvres and when we start serving dinner. So we're hoping that from about 4:15-ish till maybe 5:15 is when photos are going to happen, and then we'll have some time to join in the festivities with everybody else. Other than that, I honestly can't think of much else that we're doing right now. Tiny things here and there that really don't need to be done. I'm constantly looking up little tags, like gift tags, something we can put on the coasters. I finally found a template that I really like, so that's another thing that I'm just going to buy and edit and print myself, cut out, whatever. I also found little stickers for popcorn bags that say thanks for popping by, with our names and the date on it. These are like insignificant things. We could easily staple them, but I'm very like micromanaging control freak, and I personally like the little details. I think that they add something to the wedding. So while, you know, and let's face it, girls, it is mostly us that see these small details. No guy is going to remember a sticker on a popcorn bag, but somebody else might look at it and be like, oh my goodness, that is just so cute, and get that. The next big purchase I have to make, I have to buy the Instax film for the Instax cameras for the guest book, figure out how I want to glue those in. Do I want to just use a glue stick? Do I want to have people tape them in? I haven't totally decided yet. I've kind of got to look into that a little bit. Other than that, we're in a holding pattern. We're just waiting things out, waiting till the suits come in, waiting till the dress comes in. I have to have a hair and a makeup trial very soon. I have got my jewelry. I have got the shoes I think I want to wear, although I'm going to need to try them with the dress itself because I'm worried that the color is just too different. They're more cream than ivory. But again, is that going to matter because are you going to see them under the dress? I don't know. These are decisions that I have to make. But yeah, so 150 days to go and this is where I'm at. If you guys are planning your own wedding or have any questions about how my planning process has gone, it's gone pretty smoothly so far for me. I've had no issues. I'm very on top of things. I'm a very organized person. So if you guys have any questions, want any tips or anything like that from me, I am not a professional by any means. I am just an amateur. I do this on my free time when I'm not working and this and that. So if you guys want help like learning how to, you know, intertwine that with your regular schedule, feel free to reach out to me down below or even on Instagram if you guys want to message me there. I will try and check it more often. I don't post to it very often, but I do check it for messages and things like that. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you are new to my channel, then subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. Give it a thumbs up, comment down below. I always love hearing from you guys and I will catch you guys next time. Bye.